Going into the ICC Champions Trophy 2017, Pakistan were a team struggling for direction and happened to be the lowest ranked side in the 8-team tournament. Anything beyond a group stage exit seemed highly improbable, and a harrowing defeat in their tournament opener against old foes India suggested that an early exit was on the cards. This 124-run humbling triggered a couple of immediate changes to the playing 11. Junaid Khan replaced the injury-hit and out-of-form Wahab Riaz, and Fakhar Zaman, who had recently impressed in the PSL for the Lahore Qalandars, was set to debut at the expense of opener Ahmed Shehzad. History has shown us time and again that when Pakistan cricket teams have their backs against the wall, you write them off at your own peril. South Africa, the then number one side in ODI cricket, was soon to experience this phenomena as a rejuvenated Pakistan team avoided elimination by defeating the Proteas in a rain-hit encounter, defying all odds. The fresh faces in the lineup vindicated their selection, as Junaid's 2 wickets helped restrict South Africa to a meagre first innings total of 219, while Fakhar's rollicking start at the top of the order ensured Pakistan's survival in the competition. Next up, the men in green locked horns with Sri Lanka at the Sophia Gardens in Cardiff in what was a virtual quarter-final for both teams. An agonizingly close encounter that ebbed and flowed prodigiously saw Pakistan limit Sri Lanka to a respectable but under par total of 236 on the back of a Junaid Khan 3-wicket haul. However, at the 30-over mark of their chase, Pakistan found themselves needing 75 runs with just 3 wickets in hand. This was where skipper Sarfaraz Ahmed and Mohammad Amir commenced the rescue act, knocking off the remaining runs in a heroic 8th-wicket partnership that sealed a semi-final berth for Pakistan. A galvanized Pakistani unit was living up to its tag of being predictably unpredictable, and without drawing much attention, had yet again emerged as cornered tigers in a major tournament. Their semi-final opponents were a fabled English squad who not only were the home team, but had also successfully adopted a high-risk and aggressive style of play, making them favourites to win the tournament alongside India. Fielding first for a 3rd consecutive time, Pakistan managed to create shockwaves in the cricketing world, rolling England over for a paltry 211 runs. Hassan Ali was the destroyer-in-chief of this robbery at Cardiff, delivering critical blows in the middle overs, ending up with figures of 3 for 35. Within 38 overs, Pakistan's top 4 chased down the target of 212 runs to storm into the final, where they were set to once again cross swords with arch-rivals India. This mother of all finals was painted green in what would turn out to be one of cricket folklore's greatest comeback stories. India, who were known chasers in the global limited overs circuit, opted to field first, a decision they would go on to regret later. After scoring 2 consecutive 50s versus Sri Lanka and England, Fakhar Zaman went one better in the final with a career-defining innings of 114 runs, having survived a dismissal early on in his innings, courtesy of Jasprit Bumrah overstepping the popping crease. Making the most of this reprieve, Fakhar made India pay, flamboyantly dispatching every loose delivery in sight, peeling off the early shakiness. In a substantial opening stand of 128 runs, he was complimented to perfection by a firm as ever Azhar Ali, who was run out on 59. Mohammad Hafiz cashed in on the platform set by the top order with an unbeaten 57 off just 37 deliveries, propelling Pakistan to a towering first innings total of 338. The job, however, was only half complete, given India had an illustrious chasing record and had arguably the best top order in ODI cricket at the time, comprising of leading run scorers of the tournament Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma, followed by captain Virat Kohli, arguably the greatest ODI cricketer of the 2010s. In a classic act of redemption, Mohammad Amir accounted for all 3 of those prized wickets in an opening burst for the ages. Perhaps the most iconic moment of this spell was when Amir, after pinning Rohit Sharma in front of the stumps, got Kohli to nick one to first slip, only to be shelled by Azhar Ali. On the very next delivery, however, Amir drew an outside edge off Virat's bat, which landed straight into Shadab Khan's breadbasket at backward point. A pandemonium of Pakistani cheers broke out at the Oval as television spectators rejoiced at Nasir Hussain's iconic comment on Pakistan cricket being 1 minute down, next minute up. India's distinguished batting lineup was blown to shreds as Pakistan marched their way to a momentous 180-run victory, one that the history books will never forget. Hasan Ali continued his middle overs mayhem throughout the tournament, finishing as the leading wicket taker, which resulted in him bagging the Player of the Tournament award. In addition to Hasan and Fakhr, Shadab had also been unearthed as a three-dimensional star in the making, with his decisive call for a referral forever etched in the memories of supporters, resulting in a long walk back to the pavilion for Yuvraj Singh. More importantly though, in all its unpredictability, chaos and fortitude, Pakistan cricket had risen from the ashes once again, as resilient and hungry as ever, under a spirited leader in Sarfaraz Ahmed, who alongside his troops donned the white jacket at the Oval in what will forever remain as one of the finest hours of Pakistan's sporting history.